Hello everybody, it's Donna here from Riverside Beads, and today we're going to look at a coloured macrame tutorial. So this is a tutorial to show you how to do a double coloured braid, and I will bring in what we need to do now. So I've got my trusty scissors and my macrame board. Macrame boards make macrame a whole lot easier. They have handy little slots in here and they're cut in this foam. They're so nice thick foam, they're nice and lightweight, really portable, pop it in any bag. But because of the adjustable tight slots here that allow you to do different macrame projects, it's a really versatile board to have. So we have these on their own, or we have some fabulous kits with those. Now when you do macrame, if you're making a bracelet, you would want a lazy cord. So I'm measuring out a lazy cord here. Now I know it's the length of this mini board, but ultimately if you were doing it round as a bracelet, you want it to be at least the width of your wrist as you're going to wear the bracelet, plus a bit extra spare because of how the opening goes on a macrame bracelet. So it's sort of, you know, somewhere along those lines. So actually for me, I'm comfortable to just take a fraction more, and it fit long ways in my board. You can go sideways if you need to as well. So that's the lazy cord down. Now the lazy cord is one colour, so I'm sticking to one colour for the lazy cord. Then what I'm going to do is take two colours of cord, and we want it to be around 3 times the length of the lazy cord for the main body of the braid. For this macrame. So I'm just doing a square knot today. We've done a previous video on a square knot and on a twisted version of the square knot as well. So this is the double coloured bit. Now what I'm doing is tying those two colours together. So it sort of makes one piece of cord as such, and then it's 3 times the length of your lazy cord. Now if you wish, with this type of cord, so let me bring this a bit closer so you can see, it's a nylon based cord. So this is our 1.5mm macrame cord that we have on our website, and we have it available in a 0.6 as well. This would melt, so you could heat up the two cords with a flame, or potentially with a zapper or something, and melt them together. It's not something I do in class or demo really, because it's not obviously the safest method to promote. Just remember, I'm going 3 times the length, but remember it's doubled at this stage, so I'm actually only going to go about 1.5 times the length. I'll just get a bit more just to be comfortable. So I've now, when this is like this and it's tied, which is absolutely fine for working with this, I've now got one seamless piece of cord almost, with teal one side and the purple the other. Now I want to just show you the finished pieces. With this, you pop it under the lazy cord. I have covered a couple of other, this is I think the third in our macrame series that I've been doing. So there are some other videos if you need a bit more on the beginners. The previous ones I did were a twisted macrame. So it's double coloured, although it's a very faint double colour. Here's the one I was working on. That's the better twisted double colour one that you can see. And then I also covered... this is what we're doing today. So I've also covered a basic square knot, and then we're doing this double coloured one. Now that is with the same cord as we're using today. So you can see how that comes out. This one is with cotton cord, which was the one I did in my previous week, and with some alphabets through it. And then this one is something called soutache, which is a thicker cord. So I just wanted to show you this to show the variety in the diameters of the braids. So how when you braid with the different types of cord, the square knot works the same, but you get that different diameter in the finished braid. So there are 3 of the options there with different beads. I'm not going to bring any beads in on this one, but I have done one of the previous ones with that as well. So let's get started with the basics. I am going to put a little knot in one side of the cord, which will remind me which side my D is on, because I'm doing a flat knot. So I'm making a D shape over the cord, so I brought that over that cord there. I'm then taking my left hand side down and bringing it under the lazy cord and up through the D from the side that it's on. Now for this first one, you just need to make sure, and that knot's quite handy for keeping that in the centre, you just need to make sure that that knot stays roughly in the centre like that. That's just so we know that we've got it equally really each side. What we're going to do at the end is we won't do it today, but I'll cover another video on finishing. We'll finish this end the same way as we would this end. So I find it just as easy to tie it together. Now the little side our knot is on is the side our D is on, or our backwards D. So I've created that side. This is the second part of the square knot. Drop your right hand side under the lazy cord and up through the D, and give that a pull. And then we carry on. So I'm creating my D, going under the lazy cord and up through the D. And you will notice with this double coloured one, because of how we're doing it, that it always ends up in the same colour. So it's always, the D is actually always happening with the purple. I've still put the knot in just as a second checking point, but this is a way to do it. So what you can hopefully start to see, you'll see it a bit more once I get past that wording, is in the centre I'm getting one of the colours, and around the outside I'm getting the other colour. Hopefully you can see that there. There we go. And when we flip that way, we get it the opposite. So on the inside we get the teal and the outside the purple, and then the side I'm working on is that way. So I've just distorted that lazy cord. So what I'm going to do is take it from out there and just twist that flat just to get that back to where it was. So I was messing about with this, twisted it. And then we'll carry on. So then we take our D under the lazy cord and up through the D. And then repeat on the opposite side. So it's the same colour because of the two-tone one that we're doing. And this is a basic square knot, is called in macrame. It's such a versatile knot. It's one that gets used for home decor. A lot of the plant pot holders that are very on trend at the moment, they have a lot of square knot included in them as well. Twisted square knot and different styles. So this is how you would create your double coloured flat square knot braid. So I'm going to cover another tutorial possibly next week or the week after. If you're watching back on YouTube, you'll be able to look up our macrame tutorials. I want to specialise and sort of show the endings, beginnings, endings, how to work out, that sort of thing. So I'll do another quick video on that another time as well, which will give me time to get the braids finished, and then we can show those how to finish all those. So this is a 1.5mm knotting cord, which comes out that sort of nylon cord. Also works beautifully with satin cord that we would use for kamahimo. Looks lovely in that. I don't have a sample of that one here, but I did show the 3 samples here. So in like a flat soutache cord, that's the macrame cord I've been using today in different colours, and then this one's a cotton cord as well. So you can see it just same knot, different ways of finishing it. Hope that showed you everything you need. Do check in with any messages that you've got, and if you're watching on YouTube, if you pop a subscribe, then it will let you know when we upload a video each week. And I'll see you all again next week.